Groovy English podcast.
Hey everyone! Welcome back to Groovy English, the podcast where learning English is fun and practical. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Aiden. And today, we're diving into something everyone can talk about. Your daily routine. Sounds simple, right?
Totally. But here's the twist. We're not just listing, I wake up, I eat breakfast. That's boring. We'll show you how to describe your day in natural, fluent English, with personality, with real-life phrases, and with a splash of humor.
So whether you're just starting to learn English or want to level up your speaking skills, stick around. We've got vocabulary, phrases, and examples that'll make your daily routine sound anything but routine.
Let's kick off with mornings. How do we really talk about our daily routines in a way that sounds natural?
Yeah, instead of just saying, I wake up at 7, you could make it more personal. For me, I'm definitely not a morning person. Dragging myself out of bed at 7:30 is a daily battle. I'm usually groggy and stumble straight into the kitchen.
Same here. I'm always hitting snooze, at least 2 or 3 times. I finally roll out of bed around 7. Then I head straight to the bathroom. I need a cold splash of water on my face to feel human again.
Oh yeah, nothing like a quick shower to feel refreshed. I actually do a 5-minute stretch first. It helps me wake up. Then it's shower, clothes, and a bit of a skincare routine. Just basic stuff. Moisturizer, sunscreen. I pretend I know what I'm doing.
Love it. I take my time with skincare. It's part of my self-care ritual. And breakfast? That's where we're different. I can't skip it. I make a smoothie or scramble some eggs, but if I'm rushed, I just grab a banana and run.
Oh, I'm more of a coffee guy. Black, strong, no sugar. I usually just sip that while scrolling through my phone, catching up on news, emails, or sometimes just memes.
That counts. I actually love putting on a morning playlist while I get ready. Music just sets the tone for the day, you know?
Totally. I've got a Wake Up Vibes playlist. It's full of upbeat songs. Gets me moving, even when I'm half asleep.
See how we're not just listing actions like I wake up or I eat breakfast? We're describing how we feel, what we do, what our mornings really look like. It makes your English sound more real and interesting.
And here's words you can use to describe your morning routine. Groggy. It means feeling sleepy, tired, or not fully awake, usually just after waking up. You might say, I always feel groggy for at least 10 minutes after I wake up. Rushed. It means feeling hurried because you don't have enough time. For example, I was really rushed this morning, so I just grabbed a banana for breakfast. Refreshed. It means feeling renewed, energized, or awake after resting or freshening up. For example, a good night's sleep always leaves me feeling refreshed.
Some more vocab for morning routines? Hit snooze. It means to press the snooze button on an alarm clock to delay waking up for a few more minutes. Example, I hit snooze 3 times this morning and was late for work. Sleep in. It means to sleep longer than usual, often intentionally. You can say, on holidays, I usually sleep in until 10 a.m. Drag myself out of bed. Use it when you get up with difficulty, usually feeling tired or unmotivated. You might say, some days I just drag myself out of bed and start the day reluctantly. Morning person or not a morning person. Use it to refer to someone who feels energetic in the morning, or the opposite. Example, I'm a morning person. I love waking up early. start the day on the right foot? It means to begin the day positively or well. You might say, I like to start the day on the right foot by doing some stretches.
All right, let's talk about commuting, getting to work or school. Honestly, it's not the most thrilling part of the day, but it's something we all deal with. And there's actually a lot of everyday English we can learn from it.
Totally. For example, I take the subway, and during rush hour, it's chaos. I'm literally packed like a sardine. Sometimes I don't even need to hold on to anything because there's no room to fall.
Ugh, I've been there. I usually drive to work, and it's hit or miss. Some days, it's smooth. Other days, I hit gridlock right outside my building. Just stuck, not moving at all. That's when I turn up my playlist and try to stay chill.
Do you ever listen to anything on the way?
Oh yeah, I use my commute to catch up on podcasts. Sometimes news, sometimes comedy. It makes the traffic a little more bearable.
That's smart. I like to scroll through social media or read something on my phone. I try to be productive, but let's be honest, half the time I'm just watching cat videos.
No judgment. Whatever keeps you sane. I've even seen people doing makeup or reviewing presentations on the train. Gotta make use of the time.
Don't forget some fun expressions we've used so far. Rush hour. It refers to the busiest time of day when many people are traveling to or from work, usually causing heavy traffic. Example, I always try to avoid driving during rush hour because the roads are packed. Gridlock. Use it when traffic is so congested that vehicles cannot move at all. You might say, there was a huge accident on the highway and we were stuck in gridlock for over an hour. Packed like sardines. It's a fun and vivid way to describe a very crowded space where people are squeezed closely together, especially in public transport. Example, the bus was packed like sardines this morning. No one had room to sit.
Love that. And also useful phrases like, beat the traffic. It means to leave early or take a route to avoid heavy traffic. Example, taking the back roads helps me beat the traffic during rush hour. Hop on or hop off. It means to quickly get on or off public transport, like a bus or train. Example, I usually hop on the bus at the next stop. Or, she hopped off the train at the last minute to avoid the crowds. Miss the bus or train. It means to arrive too late and miss your scheduled transport. You might say, I missed the bus this morning and had to wait 20 minutes for the next one.
All right, we've arrived at work or school. Now, instead of just saying, I work from 9 to 5 or I go to class, let's bring those routines to life with richer, more natural English.
Absolutely. For me, I clock in around 9, but honestly, my brain doesn't start working until 10. I usually kick off the day by checking emails and looking at my to-do list, while sipping the strongest coffee I can find.
Oh, same here. I start with my planner and try to get organized, but if I'm swamped, that plan goes out the window. Some days it's just one back-to-back meeting after another.
Yeah, I've had those days too. The kind where you look up and it's already 3 p.m. and you haven't eaten or stretched. That's when I take a quick break to grab a snack or just walk around a bit.
For students, it's not so different. When I was in college, my day started early, like 8 a.m. classes. I'd be running late, coffee in one hand, half-dressed and barely awake. And in lectures? Not gonna lie, I sometimes zoned out completely.
I used to do that too. Stare at the board, nodding, pretending to understand. And don't forget the pressure of deadlines. Sometimes you're working so hard you're heading straight for burnout if you're not careful.
Right. That's a really useful word. Burnout. When you're mentally and physically exhausted from work or study. Let's run through a few useful phrases and vocab. Swamped. Use it when you're extremely busy with tasks or work. Example, I'm swamped with reports this week, so I'll be working late every day. Clock in or clock out. It means to record the time you start and finish work. Example, I usually clock in at 9 a.m. and clock out at 6 p.m. Burnout. Use it when you feel exhausted and overwhelmed from too much work or stress. You might say, after working nonstop for 2 months, she experienced serious burnout.
Also, don't forget everyday stuff like deadline. It means the date or time by which something must be completed. Example, the deadline for submitting the project is next Friday. Pull an all-nighter. Use it when you stay awake all night working or studying. You might say, I had to pull an all-nighter to finish my assignment on time. Catch up on. It means to do work or study that you missed or fell behind on. Example, I need to catch up on my reading before the exam next week.
Okay, it's lunchtime. Finally. But lunch isn't just about food. It's also a perfect time to talk about social interactions, those small moments of connection during the day.
Absolutely. For me, lunch is usually around 12:30. If it's a busy day, I'll just grab a bite at my desk, something quick, like a wrap or some leftovers. But when I've got time, I head out with coworkers to our favorite noodle spot.
Ooh, nice. I'm the type who likes to take a proper lunch break. I need that mental reset. Sometimes I eat in the break room with my team. We'll catch up on each other's lives or just vent about work stuff.
Right? It's like therapy, but free. And when you're working from home, that social time kind of disappears. That's when I'll message a friend or even walk to a nearby cafe just to be around people.
Or run into a neighbor when you're out. Then suddenly, you're in a 15-minute convo about the weather and your dog's new haircut.
So true. Those random chats make the day feel lighter. Here's some vocabulary that can help you describe these everyday moments. Catch up. It means to talk and share news about what's been happening in your lives. Example, it was great to catch up with Sarah after such a long time. Grab a bite. It means to eat a small or quick meal, usually with someone else. Example, let's grab a bite before the movie starts. Leftovers. Use it to refer to food that remains after a meal and can be eaten later. You might say, I had some pizza leftovers for lunch today.
I have some more ideas. Hang out. It means to spend relaxed, informal time together with friends or family. Example, we usually hang out at the park on weekends. Make small talk. It means to have light, casual conversation, often with people you don't know well. You might say, I made small talk with my neighbor while waiting for the bus. Break the ice. It means to do or say something to make people feel more comfortable when meeting. Example, telling a funny story helped break the ice at the party. All right, let's switch it up and talk about what happens after work or school. Those little tasks that fill up the rest of your day.
Yeah, we're talking about errands, those things you have to do, but don't always feel like doing, like picking up groceries, going to the bank, or mailing a package.
Totally. For me, after work, I usually swing by the grocery store to stock up on veggies and snacks. Or sometimes, I will pop into the pharmacy to grab a few essentials.
Same. And if I'm in a rush, I will do a quick grocery run in and out in 10 minutes. But other days, I like to browse the aisles and see what's on sale. I always end up buying more than I need. Total impulse buys.
Guilty. I once went in for toothpaste and came out with candles, chocolate, and a new mug. Classic.
Yep, it happens. You know what's worse? When you forget your shopping list and just walk around trying to remember what you needed.
Oh, yeah. And end up buying everything except the one thing you came for. Here's some useful vocabulary to describe shopping. Errands. They are small tasks or short trips you make to get things done, like grocery shopping or picking up laundry. Example, I spent the morning running errands, grocery store, post office, and pharmacy. Stock up. It means to buy a large quantity of something, usually so you don't run out. You might say, I always stock up on snacks before the weekend. Impulse buy. Use it when you buy something suddenly without planning to. Example, I went in for toothpaste and came out with 3 candles. Classic impulse buy.
Let me continue. Window shopping. Use it when you look at items in stores without the intention to buy. Example, we spent the afternoon window shopping at the mall just for fun. Pricey. It means expensive or costly. You might say, that organic shampoo is nice, but it's a bit too pricey for me. On sale. It means things are being sold at a lower price than usual. Example, these sneakers were on sale, so I couldn't resist. All right, let's move into the evening. That time of day when we finally get to wind down and just take it easy.
Evening routines are my favorite. There's something really comforting about knowing the day's done, and now it's your time. For me, I take my dog for a walk around the neighborhood. It's my favorite part of the day.
I love that. I'm more of a head straight to the kitchen kind of person. I usually cook dinner while listening to music or catching up on a podcast. But let's be real. Some nights I'm like, nope, I'm ordering takeout and calling it a day.
Same here. And if I do cook, I like to keep it easy, maybe pasta or a quick stir fry. Sometimes I throw something together with whatever's left in the fridge. That's when leftovers become the hero.
Leftovers save lives. And once dinner's out of the way, it's usually family time. I sit down with my partner and catch up on our day. Sometimes, we watch an episode of our favorite series before bed.
In my house, it's more like we all pile into the living room and argue over what to watch. But it's part of the routine, right?
Absolutely. And sometimes, I just need solo time to unwind. I would curl up with a book or sip herbal tea while scrolling through memes.
No shame. I'm a night owl, so I often get a burst of energy around 10 p.m. Sometimes I'll even tidy up my space or do laundry at night. It's weirdly relaxing.
Vocabulary for winding down. Unwind. It means to relax after a busy or stressful day. Example, I like to unwind by watching a bit of Netflix before bed. Take it easy. To slow down and do things in a relaxed way. For example, after dinner, I usually take it easy and read a book. Night owl. Use it to refer to someone who stays up late and feels more active at night. Example, I've always been a night owl. I get my best ideas at midnight.
My turn. Call it a day. It means to stop working or doing an activity, especially because you're tired or it's the end of the day. Example, I finished most of my tasks, so I'm going to call it a day. Doze off. It means to fall asleep, usually for a short time or unintentionally. For example, I was watching a movie but dozed off halfway through. Hit the sack. It is an informal way to say go to bed. Example, I'm exhausted. Time to hit the sack.
All right, let's talk about night routines. You know, that time when you're wrapping up the day and getting ready to call it a night?
Yep, for a lot of people, it's all about getting cozy and relaxed. For me, I change into my pajamas, brush my teeth, and scroll on my phone. Classic modern bedtime ritual.
Guilty. I do that too. But sometimes I'll try to put my phone away early and just read a few pages of a book instead.
That's a good habit. I actually like to journal at night. I write down a few thoughts to reflect on my day, what went well, what I can improve.
That's such a good way to process things. For me, I set small goals for tomorrow, like finishing a task or waking up on time. It's motivating without being stressful.
For more advanced vocabulary, you can say, I do some light stretching to wind down and release tension. Or, I listen to calming music or a guided meditation to ease into sleep.
And there's some ideas for a digital detox. I avoid screens an hour before bed to sleep better. That's great for people who want to build healthier habits.
You can also wind down by dimming the lights or making a cup of chamomile tea. Just take it easy.
Some people also reflect in different ways, like mentally going over the highlights of the day before sleep. For me, I say a short prayer or practice gratitude. It helps me sleep peacefully.
Then it's bedtime. You might say, I call it a night around 11, or it's lights out by midnight. I need my 8 hours.
Or if you're a night owl, maybe. I end up staying up way too late, scrolling or thinking, not ideal, but it happens.
Vocabulary for nighttime routines. Wind down. It means to gradually relax and prepare for sleep. Example, I usually wind down with some soft music and a cup of chamomile tea. Call it a night. Use it when you decide to stop activities and go to bed. Example, it's getting late. I think I'll call it a night. Lights out. Use it to refer to time to turn off the lights and go to sleep. You might say, at our house, it's lights out by 10:30 on weekdays.
I have some more. Get ready for bed. It means to do the usual steps before sleeping, like brushing your teeth and changing into pajamas. Example, I always get ready for bed around 10. Wash my face, brush my teeth, and change into comfy pajamas. Nightcap. It refers to a small drink, often warm or alcoholic, before bed to help relax. Example, my grandpa still enjoys a little nightcap before bed, just warm milk these days. Tuck in. It means to get into bed comfortably, or help someone else get into bed. Example, I tucked myself in with a good book and fell asleep in no time.
That's a wrap on our daily routine adventure. Today we learned how to describe your day in a natural way and tons of useful phrases to help you sound fluent, not robotic.
Next time someone asks, what do you do every day? You'll have a way better answer than just, I wake up and go to work.
Make your daily routine sound like a story. That's what makes English fun.
Thanks for tuning in to Groovy English. If you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, share it with a friend, and check out the transcript in the description.
Catch you next time.
Your English is shining brighter by the minute. Hit that next video to keep leveling up your skills. Or dive into our other episodes for more secrets to talk like a pro. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to join the Groovy English crew.